Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, students. Welcome back to Global English 1. I hope you're all doing well and having a good week. I know many of you are really busy, right? Because midterm tests are coming up. So that's what we're going to talk about today in this class. We're going to be talking about the midterm test. You know that the midterm is going to start on Thursday of this week. You're going to go online and take it in my class, but you're going to have 3 days to take it. Okay, you're going to have 3 days to take it. So you have a long time to take it. You don't need to worry about taking it on time because you're going to have a long time to take it. All right? Okay. If you have any questions about the midterm, some of you will already send me a message. Please send me a message if you're not sure about something, but it's all coming from things that we studied in the book or some things that we have studied in the PowerPoint presentations or the video presentations that I made for you guys, okay? Okay, so today's agenda, first we're going to do a little bit of a grammar review for the quiz. So we're going to talk about some different things that we have mentioned before. Those are some things about parts of speech and some things about talking about the past, possessive nouns and adjectives, and other such things, okay? There might be a few things that we talked about that are not in this little review, but remember, anything that we have studied in the book or on the PowerPoints are going to be on the quiz, and that includes from your previous professor's lectures as well. But mostly it's going to come from things that we've talked about together, okay? So don't worry too much about if there's going to be a lot of stuff from your previous professor. Pretty much most of it is going to be from me. Okie dokie. Then we're going to do a little vocabulary game review. I'm going to try to make it work. It's the kind of thing, it's much more fun if we're together in class. But I wanted to have something that we could do here that's kind of like a game. And if we have time, we can play this game again. This could be a kind of review, and we could play it again during the Zoom class. Okay? So you guys already know the last part is going to be about Zoom class. Zoom class is optional. I really want students to come to Zoom class if they can. You might get a little bit of important information in the Zoom class. I don't know. I'm going to be running the Zoom class right here from my apartment. So you guys will get to see me next week, and I get to see you if you show up. And maybe if we have time, we'll play this game again. It's kind of final review before the test, maybe. Again, I haven't figured out everything about Zoom yet, but we're doing something new, right? We're bold, we are open-minded, we're going to try something new, and I think we have a class, we have an actual speaking class, we need to speak to each other, right? We need to speak to each other, I hope so. Again, the Zoom class is optional, you don't have to come to it, but I really want you to come to Zoom class if you can, but you don't have to come. You don't have to come. But I hope a few of you do. Okay. Okay, well, the upcoming midterm, you're going to take it on our class portal. You know that already. You'll go to assignments in Guajimul and you just log in and take it. You're going to have 120 minutes. That's 2 hours. You could take it from April 23rd to April 26th. I didn't write it there, but it's not going to be available until 12 o'clock at lunchtime, okay? So April 23rd to April 26th, you can take it starting at lunchtime. It's going to be about 30 to 40 questions. If you have any technical problems, please send me a message. Don't get scared. If there's a problem, We will fix it. We will find out. We'll find out how to fix it. Okay. So I have a picture there. Do you know what that is? That's at American universities around midterm time. They bring a little dog for students to pet because many students get stressed and touching the dog makes them feel happy. They bring donuts and a dog. Donuts make people less stressed, right? And dogs make people less stressed. Unless you're scared of dogs. Are you scared of dogs? Well, luckily I cannot bring a dog into class if you're scared of it because we don't have class now. But lots of people are stressed these days. Don't be stressed about the midterm test. It's all from the book. It's not very difficult. You're probably going to do fine if you studied. Okay. Again, you have a problem, send me your questions. Okay. So we're going to review a little bit about possessive adjectives and possessive pronouns. Remember, they show the relationship of nouns to other nouns. Okay. So my iPhone 11 broke when I dropped it on the street. My iPhone 11 broke when I dropped it on the street. So possessive pronoun there is my iPhone. My iPhone. Okay. My describes iPhone. This is a possessive adjective. Liz wrecked her Ferrari when she first entered the race. Her Ferrari. Liz wrecked her Ferrari. That's a very sad thing to see that beautiful car destroyed, right? But her is a possessive adjective that describes Ferrari. And the final one here. Hey barista, is our coffee ready yet? I need to study. So in this one, what is the possessive adjective? What is it? I think you know. It is our. So it describes our coffee. Our coffee. So let's do this one together. What is the correct answer? What is the correct answer? Is this your dictionary? Your dictionary. So your, not you, not yours, but your is the possessive adjective talking about second person. It's blank car. It's blank car. What is this one, do you think? It's their car. It is their car. T-H-E-I-R. Not to be confused with T-H-E-R-E. Different words, same sound. Are these blank pencils? Are these blank pencils? I think you guys are already getting on. It's the same as number one, right? So are these your pencils? Are these your pencils? Is the possessive adjective, second person. If you want more tea, please help. This one's a little bit harder. We didn't talk about this one in class too much, but it should be, it's an object possessive pronoun. We didn't talk about that in class, but we're talking about object. It means after the verb. Then we're going to say, please help yourself. Please help yourself. Blank glasses are over there. Blank glasses are over there. What should this one be? It should be, well, again, we cannot put an S on the end. Her glasses. Her glasses. Is this compass blank? Is this compass blank? Good. Is this compass yours? Yours. Well, what is a compass in Korean? Do you know? Well, compass has more than one meaning in English, but I think in Korean it can be either it's a kind of tool for finding your way somewhere, or it can be a kind of mathematical tool. So I think it's called 나침반, right? A kind of tool for direction. So is this compass yours? Blank children are at school. They'll be back soon. Of course, we know it has to be our children are at school. They'll be back soon. That's not blank bag. Well, it's not a possessive pronoun. It's not a possessive pronoun here. It's got to be the possessive adjective. So it's my bag. My bag. Okay. Blank is black. Ah, yes. Mine is black. Mine is black. So in this case, we don't need a noun after it. Mine takes the place of the noun. It's my bag is mine. They know blank phone number, but we don't know blank. Well, it's the third person plural, so they know our phone number, but we don't know theirs. But we don't know theirs. Got it? Okay, I think this is pretty easy for you guys. We've reviewed it before. It shouldn't be too hard. His wife has just arrived. Blank looks nice. Well, wife is a woman, right? So what is it going to be? Not her looks nice. She looks nice. London is a big town, is in the south of England. It is in the south of England. A town is a thing, right? A city is a thing, so we have to say it. We love blank cat. Blank come everywhere with blank. So the first one, we love our cat. It, or he or she, comes everywhere with us. With us. So we love our cat. It comes everywhere with us. And in fact, I'm sorry, that's a little mistake there. It should be, it comes. I'm sorry about that. I should have caught that mistake. It comes everywhere with us. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Teachers, we make mistakes as well. Even professors make mistakes. So there's going to be some questions like this on your midterm test. So next, countable versus uncountable nouns and some versus any. Remember, some nouns can be counted, 1, 2, 3, 4. Others cannot be counted. So I can count nouns such as, my family has 3 cars. A car is an individual thing. We can count up to infinity cars. Milk cannot be counted. Rain cannot be counted. Traffic cannot be counted. Heat, cold cannot be counted. Okay, so some can, some cannot. Let's find out some other rules about it. We're going to review some things that we did in the last PowerPoint about countable versus countable versus uncountable nouns, okay? So let's take this little quiz again. So remember, some or any. These are determiners to talk about nouns. So some or any. Maybe it looks a little bit of scary, that red on there. I just wanted you guys to be able to see it on the black background, okay? I like to change it all the time. So I have blank apples, but I don't have bananas. So you can pause right now and write down your answers. Pause the video right now and write down your answers. Mary didn't buy flowers. Don't buy pasta. We have got blank in the cupboard. So what should it be? I hope you write these down. We're going to check them in a minute. I can see a house and blank trees. So we can count the house. Can we count trees? Try this one. There isn't blank water in the bottle. Write it down. Pause the video if you have to. I can't find books about dinosaurs. Are there blank oranges in the fridge? There are blank pictures on the wall. Now, check your answers. So are you ready? I hope you paused it and wrote down your answers. Some or any. I have some apples, but I don't have any bananas. So negative, don't have any. Positive, have some of countable things. Mary didn't buy any flowers. Negative, any. Don't buy any pasta. We have got some in the cupboard. So negative, any, positive, some. Don't, didn't, don't have any. Have some. I can see a house and some trees. There isn't any water in the bottle. I can't find any books about dinosaurs. Again, negatives, any. Are there any oranges in the fridge? There are some pictures on the wall. Okay. Used to, didn't used to. So this is where we talk about things in the past which we did do or we did not do and we no longer do anymore as well. So choose the correct one. Jihei used to play golf. Jihei used to play golf. Remember, we need to put the infinitive to after use. Ji Young blank used to eat red meat a lot. Did Jisoo blank play Nintendo? Did Jisoo used to play Nintendo? Joseph didn't used to get up early. used to watch cartoons. Okay, you can actually use the word here used to or used to. In our book, it says used to. So that's what we're more familiar with to do in American English. You can do what you like to do, but I'm going to say used to on this particular test, but either of them can be used, okay? Blank, your grandfather listened to the news on the radio? So, did your grandfather used to listen to the news on the radio or used to listen to the news on the radio? I blank play volleyball, but I don't play anymore. I'm too old. Good. I used to play volleyball, but I don't play anymore. I'm too old. We used to travel on horseback, but we don't travel anymore. So again, travel replaces used to here. He blank drink Coke, but he doesn't drink anymore. So he used to drink Coke. Do you guys drink Coke? It's kind of bad for your health, but I do like a Diet Coke or Coke Zero sometimes, but I think it's not really good for my stomach. I like coffee too, but I think it's also not good for my stomach. My blank used to make yogurt, but she doesn't anymore. So it should be actually my grandmother or my mom or my aunt. She used to make yogurt. Used to. That one is kind of a mistake. Okay. All right, guys. So here we have the vocabulary. So we have the vocabulary from the book. We've done vocabulary for 4 different chapters. 4 different chapters in the book. And on here, you would pick one of these categories. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, or Chapter 4. And you're going to get the question. I want you to answer it with the correct vocabulary. So it's going to give you the meaning, and you have to guess what is the word, okay? The fill-in is going to give you a sentence, and you need to write the correct word in there. Now, if we were in the classroom, we can make a cool little game with this, but we are not in the classroom, unfortunately. So we have to do it online. Maybe if we have time, we can do it in the Zoom class as well, and it can be your final little review before we do it. So it's the kind of game. I can't give you guys any prizes because we're not in class, but it can still be better than just reading the book, right? A little bit better than just reading the book. Okay, so if we were actually playing the game, what you would do is you would choose one of the categories, okay? And if you got it right, you would get those points. If you got it wrong, you would lose those points. The person who guessed right could keep guessing until they got one wrong. Okay, so it can be a pretty fun game, and students like to fight each other when they're playing it. Unfortunately, we can't play it that way this time, but it's okay. It can still be a pretty good review. So what we might do in the first part of the game is we would choose the easy ones. So these ones are usually pretty easier words, and these ones at the bottom are a little bit harder, or if the word isn't harder, I change the meaning a little bit to make it a little bit more difficult for you. And then at the top, sometimes the words are a little bit hard, but I change the meaning to make it a little bit easier for you. So generally, not always, but generally these ones are easier, these ones are harder, okay? So let's try an easy one first, okay? Okay, so 100. Okay, so actually the game doesn't really work very well in the video, but we can go through all the questions and you guys can try to guess it. If you need to, hold open your book, but see if you can do it without pausing the video. Okay, so the first fill-in answer is, I am not part of any blank or activities on NAMSL campus. I just go straight home after class. So I'm not part of any blank or activities on NAMSL campus. I just go straight home after class. Okay, so we can click down here and get the answer. It should be clubs. So it's the plural of club. I'm not part of any clubs. That's one of the saddest things for me this semester. Cannot do any club. Cannot do any club because we don't have class on campus, right? Okay, let's go to the next one. Again, we can't do it the way I want to do it, but hopefully during the Zoom class, we'll be able to play it real, okay? So the next one for 200 points, most artists are very blank and can think of new ideas easily. Most artists are very blank and can think of new ideas easily. So the answer should be creative, right? They like to create. They have a good brain for creating new things. Suji is very blank in class and always asks a lot of questions. Always asks a lot of questions. So what kind of person is Suji? Well, she is a very active person. She's a very active person. The next one for 400 points, a little bit harder. If you follow the blank correctly, your cookies should come out delicious. So what do you follow to make cookies? What is that called? It's called a recipe. Yes, a recipe for cookies. Can you cook? Can you bake? Can you make cookies? Some of you can. Okay, next one, question. I have blue eyes just like my mom, so I blank her. Well, some of you look like your mom, some of you look like your dad, some of you act like your mom, some of you act like your dad, or you look like your grandfather. What is that called in English? It means to take after her, or to take after. So I have blue eyes just like my mom, so I take after her. Okay, well now we can begin the actual chapter vocabulary. Actual chapter vocabulary. So the easy one for 100 points is feeling happy or content. Well, that's pretty easy, so that's why I put it for 100 points. So to feel happy or content is to feel glad, right? Next, liked or enjoyed by many people. To be liked or enjoyed by many people is to be popular. Yes, it's very popular. I don't even know what's popular anymore because I don't see the students on campus. I don't know what food or TV show. Well, I know long padding is always popular these days in Korea, but what else? Was it bubble tea was before? I can't even remember. It goes so fast, right? Okay, the next one. The question is, finished school successfully. So you're out of school, you got all your grades. What's that called in English? That is called graduation. That's the noun. 용사. The 동사 is graduate. From a country that's not your own. 외국, right? That should be foreign. Foreign. So yeah, Korean one is 외국, right? From the Chinese word laowai, foreign. Next one, 500 points. Very amazing, beautiful, fantastic. So I changed the meaning here a little bit. I think it's more correct than the book meaning, but I wanted to make it a little bit more difficult for you guys. What's the answer? Marvelous, such as Marvel Comics. Very amazing, fantastic superheroes, sometimes beautiful too. Okay, so chapter 1 vocabularies. There's more vocabularies in the book. They can come from anything from that chapter, but these are just some examples to review these vocabularies, okay? Okay, chapter 2 vocabulary for 100. So become husband and wife, I think it's so easy. That's why I put it for 100. It is, of course, married. We got married. He's married. We had a marriage. Daughter of your brother or sister. So the daughter of your brother or sister, well, the son of your brother and sister is your nephew in English. The daughter of your brother and sister is your niece. Next. So the next one is tends to speak a lot. If you tend to speak a lot, an adjective, 형용사, that describes you is what? Pretty easy, right? That's right, it is talkative. Talkative. Next one. Willing to consider new ideas. Well, we're trying to be this about our online classes, right? We're trying to be open-minded. Open-minded about something. You get open-minded means you're willing to accept ideas, try new things, try new foods, meet new people. This is called open-minded. To resemble someone in appearance or personality. Well, this especially means about your family, right? We already did this in the fill-ins. To resemble someone, to look like them or act like them, they're your family, is called take after. To take after. That one's a little bit harder. That's why I made that one worth 500 points if we were actually really playing the game. So chapter 3, a little bit tougher. Let's do the questions. Okay, this one is easy though. A game where you throw a heavy ball at wooden pins. I think the name is the same in Korean. It is bowling. Yes, bowling. Too easy, right? Too easy. Yes. Very, very easy. Okay. For 200 points, a drawing or animation that tells a story. Okay, I made it a little bit harder. A little bit harder. Of course, you know that that's called a cartoon. Cartoon. Well, in American English, at least, a cartoon is usually like an animation, but it can also be a comic, what you guys say, manhwa. It can be both, but it has to tell a story. The question: to receive the newest information on something. Is an update. So remember, there's many kinds of updates: news update, weather update, your computer update, but it means to be up to date, to have all of the information that you need, the newest information that you need. Now, while I'm recording this, my computer is telling me I have to restart my computer to get the newest update. Now we always have to restart our computers, right? Yeah, always need updates. Okay, next question. So always engage in doing something, not lazy or moving around a lot. So I'm trying to make this one a little bit more correct and also a little bit harder, because this word has a lot of meanings. Always doing something, not lazy. We used it in the fill in the blanks as well. What is it? That's right. The answer is active. Active, to be active, to do lots of activity is active. Question, one more question in chapter 3 is the hard one. It says of a special or particular kind of thing or person. So this is a 형용사. This is the type of adjective. It's similar to like special. It means specific. And sometimes we can even say specifically. Specifically, what did you want to study English for? What is the exact reason you want to study English for? Please tell me the specific answer, exact, special kind. Okay, so chapter 4. Now, we didn't go over chapter 4 yet, but I think I gave it to you guys for homework to do. So we're not going to go over all the words today. I would like you guys to do that on your own, but we're going to go over some of them so you know the answers to some of them. Okay, first one. You can look at your book for this too. Look at your book in chapter 4. Pause and open your book because we didn't go over this yet. So it says having a lot of spice, very hot, very hot. Is spicy, spicy. Do you like spicy food? Well, I like it, but sometimes my stomach doesn't like it. I remember in Thailand, Daegu, I ate the somtam spicy papaya salad and like a real spicy salad, and I felt like for like 2 days, I feel like I need to go to the hospital. Oh my God, so hot. Somtam. Okay. A person who doesn't eat meat. A person who doesn't eat meat, what are they? What are they called? In Korean, 채식주의자. That is called a vegetarian. Yes, a vegetarian. Easy, right? Actually, I am a vegetarian, which I'm very happy. Nowadays, Korea is getting a lot easier to be a vegetarian in Korea. I definitely like it. Okay, 300 points. Question is instructions for cooking or preparing food. Instructions for cooking or preparing food. Well, we also did this one in the fill-ins at the beginning, right? So what is it called? Recipe. Did you follow the recipe? There's a little mistake there. I made another mistake. I'm making so many mistakes these days, guys. I don't know why. So in the middle. That should not be there, right? It should just be recipe like that. Hopefully you didn't see that. Question. Extremely hungry. Almost going to die from hunger. It is starving, okay? So sometimes in English we might say, I'm starving. We're not really going to die, but that's just how we speak. We kind of exaggerate our sentence. We exaggerate it with the vocabulary a little bit. So if you're really hungry, you are starving. I'm curious about what time you guys listen to this lecture. If you're listening to it before or after lunchtime, if you're hungry, do you eat while you listen to the lecture? Sometimes I suck on some candy so that my throat isn't dry, but I never really eat. But sometimes you might hear me drinking some tea or drinking some coffee or something while I make it. Today I've got some water with me because if I talk for 1 hour without anyone else talking, my throat feels really dry. And the final question here is for to scatter water or powder over something. That's called sprinkle. So it's a verb to sprinkle something. He sprinkled some salt on his French fries. You can sprinkle lots of different things. Sprinkle can also be a noun, like a sprinkle is like a kind of little candy or something you put on a cake. Maybe you guys say that in Korean too, sprinkle. I'm not sure. It sounds like it, but I can't remember. But it has lots of different meanings. But this one is the verb, like an action, something you do. Okay, so if we have time, maybe we'll do this. We'll do this in Zoom class if we have some time. I don't know if you guys are going to come to Zoom. I hope you are. Um, so the Zoom class, remember this is the schedule for your Zooms. This is the schedule for your Zooms. If you're going to come, it's going to be at these times. It's going to be at these times. So if you can't remember how to do it, check last week's lecture for how to make a Zoom account. It's on minutes 8 through minutes 15:30. It's not hard. It takes 2 minutes to do. Again, you don't have to come to Zoom class, but I really, really want you to come if you can. If you can. These are your times, Global English. At these different times, of course, if you can only come to another time, that's sort of fine if you have to do it, but I hope you can come with your fellow classmates at these times. Sports health, management, and child welfare. I really look forward to seeing you next week in our Zoom class, if you can. I'm going to try. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm a little bit scared to see you guys for the first time, but it'll be nice to do, right? Yeah, it'll be okay. Don't forget for your Zoom class, we can talk about movies. What kinds of movies do you like to watch, or what kind of TV shows do you like to watch? If you don't like movies or you don't like TV, well, what do you like? What kind of things do you like to watch? What kind of things do you like to do in your free time? Looking at that chapter 2 where we talk about free time, I think most everybody likes movies, and now that we stay at home all the time and we never get to go outside because of the virus, um, then I think a lot of people are spending lots of time watching Netflix or downloading movies or some other streaming service, right? Or YouTube. Um, so what's your favorite genre? Action, science fiction, horror, romance, romantic comedy? Do you have any specific genre or you just like movies? What's your favorite? When do you usually watch them? Okay, again, we're all stuck in quarantine. We cannot leave the house. When do you watch them? And how much do you watch per week? Sometimes in English we binge watch something. We binge watch it, and we keep watching it over and over until it's finished. We watch the whole series. Do you do that, or you just like watch one episode at a time? Sometimes we can really become, how can I say, 집순이? Is that right? We just stay at home. We don't leave. We don't leave the house like a couch potato. And how do you feel when you watch a TV or movie that you like? Do you get really, really into it, or do you do something else when you do it? Do you like doing your homework or cleaning your room, or what do you do, or how do you feel when you're doing this? Okay, guys, so I would like you to prepare this so we at least have something we can talk about when we go into the Zoom class. We have something that we can talk about for a little bit when we go into the Zoom class, and we can meet each other and work with each other. And I think it's going to be a good time. I think so. We can always try it, right? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But at least we can meet each other a few times and get to know each other a little bit for a few times. Also, you'll be able to, if we have time, maybe we can play the game if we can get it working, or just to get to hear each other's voices, right? Don't be shy. Some students very shy on camera. You know what? I didn't cut my hair in a long time because of virus. I don't want to go to Myeongshil, so I look terrible. And I didn't get to exercise, so I'm getting fat. But it doesn't care. We're all the same, right? We're just studying English. We don't need to look very beautiful. We don't need to. Nobody's watching us very well. We're all just thinking about ourselves and thinking about English. So you don't need to care about that. We'll review a little bit for the test, maybe, or you guys can ask me questions. I'm not sure yet, but at least if you have some question about the test, you can ask me there. Okay? Again, guys, if you have another question, you don't want to wait till class, send me an email. Remember, George, Jorge, Namshol @gmail.com, or send me Kakao Talk if it's very important. My Kakao Talk ID, YORGAKI. Okay? So that's all for this week. Don't forget, take your midterm test starting Thursday, 목요일, 다음 목요일. Now, this Thursday, starting at lunchtime, you can take it for 3 days. For 3 days you can take it. If you haven't turned in your homework, uploaded your profile, please do it by, soon, as soon as you can. Some students in class haven't done it yet. I know it was a little bit hard to get everything set up, but you should have it in pretty soon, okay? Okay, guys, I look forward to seeing you. Save your questions for me. I look forward to seeing you in the Zoom class. Take care of yourself. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.